This is the beginning of the podcast. The fancy new intro that Mike has neglected to put together is coming, but we can only blame I am a hardscaper Mike because neither Chad nor I have the technology to build the new intro. So without Mike, we're basically fucked with this intro that I do, where I say this is the beginning of the podcast, in case you didn't realize it was the beginning of the podcast.
You know what will be good is I'll just edit the intro into this one, and then the people will hear the intro, and then you rag on me for not doing the intro. That'll confuse everyone there.
You'll make you will in fact make me look like an idiot. I can't accomplish that on my own. I need your help, Mike, to help me.
We still do need to pick the intro music, so that is something that's still on our to-do list.
Okay, well then we're behind on that. That's true. Mike's got a valid point.
It's only been 8 months.
I thought we had some final sort of, some music that would really get the people going, like really suck them in, get them into the top of our funnel. I thought we already listened to a few.
An electric guitar riff, something like that. We did. I have them bookmarked, and we just need to go back to it and make sure that we got the right "Not Our Finest Hour" song. Or maybe we open it up to the people and have them vote on our.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
they're probably quicker than we are to make a decision. So
the people are quicker than us for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I meant to talk about this last time, and I forgot, or I thought of this after, but there was a post, and I know we shared it and we discussed it, where a guru was bitching about how there's too many gurus and that people need to believe him because he's the right guru as opposed to the other gurus. And I felt like if you're in the guru business and it's getting saturated by firefighters and police because they have nothing to do for 2 weeks of the month and they've decided to become landscape gurus, that's when we know we've reached the point of real guruism in the landscape business, when the firefighters and the police are now the gurus of landscaping. I'm just exaggerating, but I thought, when we've reached a point that gurus are making posts that listen to them because they're the real guru and they're not, these other gurus are fakes. That's a sad place to be as an industry, that, now the gurus are going to debate amongst themselves who's actually providing the most guru value and who is literally actually the most qualified to be a guru. And of course, the guru who is bitching about this runs a company with no employees.
Was this me?
No, it was not you.
Trying to think back.
I'm just saying, the guru that was bitching about this is like one of those guys who's telling you how to run your company with 100 different employees, but has no employees of his own. Like, it's just whatever. Anyways, I thought it was interesting.
Are you saying that the gurus divided amongst themselves will implode?
Guru divided is not a guru at all.
I don't like. What's the validation process?
Well, there's zero validation process of it being a guru. I think that's actually, I have developed a now 25 questionnaire. And so when we read this, you guys can just put a little X every time you would say yes to one of these. Are yes or no questions. And you put a little X beside it every time I ask the question. And then I'll do it too, because maybe I'm a guru and I don't know it. Like, that's possible.
Do I need a piece of paper and pen for this?
Well, unless you can keep track of it in your head, but I can't. That's beyond my technology.
I don't have 25 fingers and toes, so I'm going to need a pen and a
well,
paper.
You feel like you're going to say yes to. So
I don't know. You might have me here. Better not use that paper. That's important.
Okay. So
are we doing this right now?
Yeah.
Okay, right, Mike, take it away. Let us know what you're saying there before I rudely cut you off.
What?
Let us know what we're getting into here. I cut you off asking if I needed a paper and pen. So let us know what this is.
This is the guru test.
Okay.
You need a way to keep track of whether you said yes to a question, even if it's just a check mark. And then at the end, we'll tally your guys' check marks, and we'll decide if you have 0 yeses. Congrats, you're not a guru. If you say no to all 25 of these questions, you are absolutely not a guru.
Excellent.
If you answer yes to 1 to 5 of these questions, you are a baby guru. If you answer yes to 5 to 10 of these questions, you are a guru in training. If you answer 10 to 15 of these questions as a yes, you are guru status achieved. You are a guru. You might not know it, but you are. If you answer 15 to 20 of these questions with a yes, you are a guru of gurus. It means you're actually training the gurus. And because there's now 25 questions, because I added 5, if you are between 20 and 25, you need to get the fuck off the internet. Like, if you answer yes to over 20 of these questions, you need to shut it down, because you are not only a guru, you are probably an abusive guru. If you answer between 20 and 25 of these questions, you are not a good person if you answer between 20 and 20. Okay. Are you guys ready to take the landscape guru test from Paper King? Because I'm taking it too. Maybe I need to get off the internet. I don't know. It's distinctly possible that I'm a guru. This is how you can, because I think there's a lot of people out there. So I also think that we always talk about gurus in a negative light.
Yes.
I think there is potential to be a positive guru.
Is that about mindset? Positive mindset guru? Or is that
No, just you could be a guy or a woman who's a guru, and you're not trying to run a game or whatever. You're just someone who's out there guruing. So I think that we always talk about gurus in a negative light, but there's a possibility that there are some gurus out there that actually help people and maybe aren't completely negative. Although we don't focus on those gurus because no one ever focuses on anything good. But I think there's a lot of people in the hardscape community, when they take this test, are going to discover that before they go out talking about gurus, that they just might be a guru, including us. So, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Do you have a landscape-oriented podcast?
Oh, yes. No. We're not off on a good foot here.
No.
I've got, I guess, 2. Do I get 2
Does he
checks?
get 2 check marks?
Mike,
is it possible to score 26 out of 25 on this?
I don't know. Maybe. All right, you guys ready for question number 2?
Yeah.
Do you run a self-created landscape academy, university, or college? Some kind of. I do not.
I run a hotline. Does that count?
No.
No.
I don't. Good. Well, I've never heard of this hotline.
1-900-LS-Daddy.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Does my software count?
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. We'll get to you. Well, you have training videos.
I do. So do I get a check on that last one or an X?
Well, is it, do you refer to those training videos as
it's not a college, university, or academy or
academy? Okay, so then that doesn't it doesn't count, because you need to use the word academy, university, or college, or some kind of post-secondary. You don't use any kind of post-secondary. So I think that you're in the clear on that one, Mike.
Okay. I'm
glad we talked about it, though, because it could have gone the other way. Okay. Do you sell your own? So do you sell your own landscape accounting software, job cost calculator, or overhead tracking system?
Check.
Yeah. So I don't, but I think Mike might. Pretty sure he does. Pretty confident. So that question number 4, we're on here. Have you written your own landscape business book?
Nope.
No.
Oh, do you have your own discount code?
Ooh,
I
do.
So do I. I have my own do you have a discount code, Chad?
No, I don't. I'm not important enough to have a discount code.
Heart Tool. Well, you didn't do a great job influencing with Heart Tools, so probably a lot of other companies weren't jumping on board.
The thing is, I did a phenomenal job not advertising for them because I didn't have much great things to say. Right? So I did them a favor.
If you have nothing good to say.
Yeah. Was
say
that
nothing
from Bambi?
at all.
Yeah.
It's from some kind of Dr. Zeusser thing, maybe a Disney, before they were woke. Now they'd be like, say it softly in a corner so you don't hurt anyone's feelings. Okay, question number 6. Is your mission to help people by imparting your business wisdom and knowledge to them?
We did coaching calls.
Yeah.
That might be a separate question.
But is that our mission?
I don't think it's our mission on this podcast, but is it your mission outside of this podcast to impart wisdom and knowledge? Mike, it's not mine.
I guess I'll give myself a check on this.
I don't have any training courses, so. How many checks do you have so far, Mike?
Oh, they're adding up.
Okay. Here's number 7. Do you run a landscape mastermind / mentor group at a monthly cost to participants? I do not.
I don't.
I do not. Oh, a mastermind, but my thing is monthly, but it's not a mastermind.
Is it a mentor group?
No.
Okay. Well, what's your thing? How do you refer to it as a?
It's just a membership, and it's part of the software.
Okay.
And the training courses are too.
You've already got your check mark.
Yeah,
for that. You don't need another one, Mike. Okay. Number 8. Have you ever hosted your own live event? No.
Like a Facebook live event? Or like
like a live event, like held a big like event. Like how's that going, Mike?
Oh, it's bad. I need a headphone guru.
How did you break your headphones?
I stepped on them.
Oh.
Yeah. That would do it. Yeah.
So we're talking like running a large event.
Like a black tie event.
No. Well, maybe. Yeah, that's the style of event that could happen. Yeah. That kind of event where people show up to basically listen to speakers or you speak and you have a lot of people gathering in one event. That's what I'm. Do you run your own live? Have you ever hosted your own live event? I have not.
Nope.
Chad? No.
Never. Well, I mean, we did a Christmas party for the guys. That was a closed event. I don't think that counts.
We're talking about like running a live. I think it's more of a live educational event. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Question number 9. Do you sell contracts, handbooks, or spreadsheets on the internet?
Why'd you include spreadsheets in that? That went from like purely text written, and then you're like, okay, spreadsheets too.
Well, no, I'm just saying they're items that people sell on the internet on their websites.
What about have you, or do you still?
Well, you don't sell that anymore, so
yeah, I'm trying to get the verbiage down here so I can give myself as many X's as possible.
So it says, do you sell contracts, handbooks, or spreadsheets?
Okay.
Do you currently? If you don't, I think you could say you don't. I think I maybe need to. Do you have your own merch store?
Yes.
Do you provide coaching calls? That's a big yes for all of us.
Yeah.
We did provide coaching calls.
You guys sucked me into that one.
You got sucked in. I knew this was coming down the pipeline. And I wanted to get you in the top of my funnel by getting you that extra check mark by running the coaching call. Oh, this is a good one. And I feel like all of us probably have to put it. Are you willing to give away your advice and knowledge for free.
Oof.
Oh, we're all doing that currently because we
we've all
don't
done
get
that.
paid to do this.
Weekly.
I don't know. Weekly giving away. Oh, this is one of my favorite questions because I feel like it's really, do you teach your own surefire marketing system?
That's a good one.
Here is this one might get a few people emotional. Does your social media company gross more than your landscaping business? my, my social media company doesn't exist and gross zero. So, although my landscaping business has lately taken some pretty big wallops in the face, it's still grossing more than zero. Okay, we're on to question 15 here, just so everyone's up to date. Do you have your own webinar series? I do not have that.
Thank God I never got into webinars.
I've had to put a check mark there. Number 16, riding in. Do you frequently quote Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, or Dave Ramsey? I don't quote any of those people. This is one that I know Chad will not put a check mark for. Absolutely not. Do you know your numbers and can you help others know theirs?
I have to say, I might not have needed this paper.
Yeah, I haven't seen Chad look down at his paper at all.
I'm still on the first hand.
Yeah, I'm not off I'm close to being off the first hand. Are you a paid influencer on social media? And I mean, like, do you receive money? Like, not someone sent you a hat. Like, do you receive actual cash in the bank? I am not a paid influencer. Thank God that deal for those blades never came through for us. Just say it. Whatever. This is one of my favorite questions. This is question 19. Do you offer very valuable information at a deep discount because you're all about helping people?
At a deep discount.
Do you constantly? I guess this is because what you listen to people constantly talk about giving like a deep discount on the valuable information that they're spewing forth, and you instead of paying $500 for this valuable information, you can only pay $200 for it.
Right.
It's $500 worth of information, but really it's just all of it's made up. Like, who's to say it's $500 worth of fucking information?
Right.
It's just information you cobbled together and are selling on the internet. So, like, for you to put an inherent value on it is totally ridiculous. Like, if you can sell it for $200, it's fucking worth $200.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't sell it for $500, you can say it's worth $500 all you want, but it is not worth $500 because no one will fucking pay it. So this is one that I think I have done this before. Now, question 20, we're on here. Do you talk about yourself in the third person?
Favorite PK.
I feel like I've done that.
Yeah, so. I've called myself Landscape Daddy once or twice.
Oh, Chad with a check mark.
You got me there.
Okay, number 21. Is your podcast filled with advertising that promotes listeners buying your own self-improvement, your own self-created Is your podcast filled with advertising that promotes listeners buying your own self-improvement products?
Self-improvement or business improvement? Or do you see those as the same?
Yeah, same thing. So business improvement. Yeah, like, is every ad that runs on your podcast just trying to drive people listening to the podcast to your own website to buy your stuff? Because if that's what it is, you might need to put a check mark. The questions at the end here. We're on 22. They started to go a little downhill, I think. But is your personal staff videographer following you from site to site?
I like that.
If you have a videographer following you from site to site, you may be a guru.
That's far and few between in the industry.
Oh, I know. That's why getting up to that status of between 20 and 25, that's a fucking challenging thing.
Gotcha.
To get all the way up there. Like, I'm not giving away 20 to 25 guru status for free here. You got to be super committed to it if you want to pass the Paver King litmus test to get to the top tier of my guru program. Number 23. Do you wear the bling for the people and not yourself?
PK, you got the chain? Is that for the people?
Who's that for?
Yeah, I better put a check mark. Yeah, that's. I wear this chain for the people. I don't wear it for myself. I want the people to know what they can achieve if they see this chain on. So you wear the question number 24. We're arriving to the end here, guys. Do you preach using GPS systems to increase your route density? There's a lot of GPS preaching.
Not yet.
Mike. But you never know what could be in that.
Let's never take this test again on the air.
Okay, question 25. Is your landscape business really just existing to create content for your other ventures? I think that might be a thing, maybe. Okay, that's the 25 questions. I got 5. So I got 5, so that means I am a baby guru.
I've got 4.
You are a baby guru.
Baby guru. Still in diapers. Yeah.
I called it from the beginning. When you put it into the chat, I think I would be on the verge, and I'm 10. Where does that put me?
Guru status achieved.
Wow.
Because guru status achieved is 10 to 15.
Gotcha.
So you're just barely there, Mike. But when you release that GPS system, you're basically fucked. It's good to know that your landscaping business still exists as a landscaping business, though. That's nice to know. That your landscaping business doesn't exist purely as a content creation tool for your other ventures.
I'm not wearing bling for the people yet, so that's a positive.
You spent it all on the software.
Spent it all.
So that's the landscape guru. I think there's a few people that would be shocked of where their status lies if they were honest about the test.
I don't think I'd be offended though if I did rack up enough points to be a guru.
But this is what I'm saying.
It's all
about
for fun, right? It's not a. I hope no one's butthurt about it.
I think if you're a guru and you suspect that we're talking about you, you might be butthurt.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you can take an inner look at yourself and have a laugh. I don't know. That's just me.
Or maybe they're laughing all the way to the bank, right?
Oh, that's also also true.
Yeah, who are we?
Well, that's the whole
just 3 guys on a podcast, on
that's
that
true.
Note, do you want to continue with this, or can I?
No, if you have actual things to diverge to, diverge.
I have nothing important. I know you guys and I have talked about how I hit my first viral video last week, and I'm sure if anybody has ever had a viral video, they know how much of a pain in the ass it can be, I guess. and how awful people can be in the comments. I'm sure. PK, you probably had a few.
My most viral video is 1.1 million on TikTok.
Wow.
And it's a video of us using the chute on the back of our truck. Well, actually, what's really funny about the most viral video I have is that none of us are in it. And it's just a truck. And one of our customers is our truck has a chute on the back, and the chute is filling the wheelbarrows. And people are concerned because Christy didn't have the tailgate locks on the truck. And that's a lot of the commentary.
They've always got something to say, eh? Like,
yeah,
it's always something. Like this, our video of these two grabos lifting up a piece of pool coping. It's got 2.9 million views.
Wow.
Right now. Yeah, I guess that's pretty big. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people complaining about the amount of glue we put on this coping. There's something like 89 comments, and I think probably 70 of them are just trashing us. I'll read a couple for you. For those of you who either do this or think this is acceptable, you should consider yourself wrong.
Because you use Grabos.
No, because we use glue, not enough glue for them, and they're upset.
How much glue are you supposed to use? What's the measurement?
That's what I said. I had asked somebody if they wanted to have a meaningful discourse about how much glue and how you measure the amount of glue, right? Someone wants to use liquid nails or mortar. A bunch of French comments, Italian, Spanish comments. Somebody thought the Grabo sounded like Crazy Train from Ozzy Osbourne. Is that who sings that? Yeah. Did the boss not pay for enough glue?
Did you not pay for enough glue, Chad?
Well, I didn't think we skimped all that much on adhesive. I mean, it's not the first time I've ever glued a pool coping. Yeah. Some guy says, oh, I gotta find that comment. Come on. Did you use leftover glue from the last job? This guy, my jizz would create a tighter seal than that queef of glue. The people in these comments, my God, like everybody. But I think the thing that they don't understand is every time they comment, it helps the algorithm, right? Like it improves your chances. So even if you have the worst comment there is, you're still helping to move the thing along.
Right? I agree. It probably because you have so many comments in other languages that starts to move it along too, because more than English people care about the amount of glue that you use on pool coping.
Yeah.
Probably goes to those countries too. Start to spread the reach out a bit more.
It went all over the place, but I'll tell you, I probably got 1,500 followers that are like one post followers. Like they're just nobodies, like not even real. So, I mean,
how long had the video been up when it went viral? Did you
No, it had probably been up for months, I think. I don't know how to check.
The algorithm randomly grabbed the Grabble video, sent it viral.
I really wish Mike's lizard video would have went viral. If I had one to choose, it would have been that one with the flute.
Yes,
that would have been.
Oh, gotcha.
So I started thinking about how my account has is down to almost zero engagement. Like I used to be able to post anything and get a couple hundred likes on it. Like I could have posted a picture of a garbage bag and a couple hundred people would have liked it. And now I'm making legitimate posts and getting 30 likes. But all of it happened after I posted the lizard music and used the tag WEF. I'm not even fucking around. I'm being dead straight. No conspiracy here. I posted that and all of a sudden my engagement went to zilch. I was like, okay, maybe I have been, because people say that they put you in a 30-day jail for swearing for.
They forgot about you in the jail.
Well, no, it hasn't been like almost. It's not been 30 days, but they said that they put you in like a. They don't suspend your account, but they suppress it. Because I have people messaging me going, "Hey, you don't post anything anymore. I used to see all your stuff all the time. There's nothing on here." And I'm like, I have posted a video of a loader loading our truck at least once a day for like 4 days, a week, 2 weeks. But yeah, I think the account is suppressed, and it could be. I read some stuff saying if you swear, they will sometimes suppress the account. If you aren't on the Klaus Schwab agenda, apparently they'll suppress the account. So
interesting.
But you posted this. You probably didn't use the tag WEF though.
I don't know. I don't think I did. Or did I?
I agree with you. The lizard video is probably the one that should go viral.
Yeah, I tagged hashtag WEF. Yep.
Oh, well, you are the landscape daddy.
Well,
I was going to put a question in. Do you in any way refer to yourself as daddy? Because I felt like that would be a definitely be a guru thing.
Do you think? I don't know if a guru would do that. My workers call me daddy, so or father. I guess father. A lot. These people are as old as I am.
Do you find that disturbing at all?
No, they call me whatever they want.
Welcome to employing people in 2023.
I'm sure they say worse stuff whenever you're not there. So, I mean, like we worked with other crews where their boss would leave and they would not have a good thing to say about their boss or their foreman or something like that. Like they just straight shit talking them as soon as they go. And I'd like to think I'm different, but I don't know if I'm much different.
You need to put like a camera in the truck. One of those like reverse dash cams.
Just to watch them as they
see
drive around.
Like, they have those in a lot of the like transport trucks. The corporate, trucks.
Would you put them in the Paper King trucks?
No.
No. Would you get the ones that face out, like regular dash cam?
We have dash cams.
Oh, do you? Really? Is that an expensive endeavor? Like, is that?
It's not as expensive as getting a GPS system. I'm just joking.
So, do all your trucks have to have? What's this MTO thing? I got another email.
E-log.
Yeah.
Our trucks. I've talked to like a sort of like a local trucking guru guy who's legit a guru because he doesn't do anything on the internet about trucking or sell anything. He just knows all the laws. He's super smart about it. And so I called him, and because we stay in the 160-kilometer radius.
Oh, you only need it after that.
Yeah, if you travel or if your trucks don't return home every night.
Okay.
Like for you, when you go and you stay in Kingston, are you still in the 160-kilometer radius as the crow flies?
As the crow flies, probably. We're probably just on the cusp.
Yeah. So then it's like us with Niagara Falls. If we go to Niagara Falls, then because there's some other stuff too about does the truck return to the same location every night? Because that, like, if your truck's not returning to the same location, it's probably not staying in the 160-kilometer radius.
Yeah.
But our trucks return home every night.
So we're in the clear for now.
You travel for work, so maybe you're not. I don't know.
Oh.
Is Ottawa 160 kilometers from you?
No. We're safe.
You're probably.
Or well safe.
And the only trucks you would have is the bin truck and the tandem. Technically, the 1 ton should have e-logs too if they're outside the radius because they're commercial vehicles.
We're gonna push our luck just like we always do until they say something.
Perfect.
Seems
so we have dash cams in all the. I don't know if because now we have so many fucking trucks. At one time we were putting dash cams in all the trucks, but then we got some trucks, and I don't know if we actually put dash cam. But like I know Christie's truck has a dash cam and Darian's truck has a dash cam. I don't know if Cody's does. I don't think Cody's and I's do, but my pickup does.
Really?
For some reason. Yeah. Maybe we need to get more dash cams. We've thought about putting a GPS system on the trucks, but then it seems kind of invasive. I don't know. And who's stealing our 2000? Like, if you're worried about your stuff getting stolen, I guess this is just my personal opinion on it. This isn't like I know other people using it for a million different things, like tracking maintenance and stuff like that. Whole tracking maintenance with it, I think, is interesting because we could give Brad, who does most of our maintenance, access to it, and it would alert him when, as our mechanic, as to when something needed maintenance. I know he tracks all the big trucks already, and so he has a general idea when they need maintenance. But I think that aspect of it's kind of neat that it tracks the kilometers. That was kind of cool. But I also think it's, I don't know, if I got to put GPS on something because I don't trust the people driving it, then they should be fired.
Right.
Yeah. It's so with our loader, insurance asked us or told us that it had to have a GPS unit on it in order for them to insure it because it was over 120 grand or something like that. So
What loader is it?
the case 321.
Nice.
So I don't know if that's because it moves faster than like a shovel that costs the same amount of money. I don't know. But
I think those loaders get stolen a lot out of parking lots in the
yeah,
winter.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not my yard, knock on wood, but we're setting up a security system this week actually. So
nice.
that's long overdue. And we're doing a bunch of major renos to
I
the
saw
shop.
that.
Yeah, it's
Shop looks good.
yeah, it's coming along. We put up all the drywall today. We are absolutely not drywall guys. We
What was your production rate?
ooh, I don't know. We probably we got it all done in I want to say 3 hours. There's probably 20 sheets with all the cutting and all that stuff. But so landscapers hide things with sand. Do drywallers hide things with mud? Because by the end of it, I'm just like, oh, it's good enough. We'll mud over it. It'll be good. Well, you won't even notice it. The same thing we used to do with sand, right? So anyway, I got a hell of a job mudding this washroom. The washroom is bigger than my house washroom. So
really,
yeah. So gonna put a shower in there at one time. Didn't end up putting a shower. Then we would have had to have a hot water tank and
why? Fuck people. Let them shower cold if they're showering at work. Get them out of there.
No, that's so that the water is well water at the yard and it is freezing cold. Like even in the middle of summer, it is ice cold, that water. So not to mention you'd probably turn red just with the iron
your people
content.
are kind of soft.
We maybe I'm the soft one. Maybe they're all tougher. What I don't know. I've always wanted an outdoor shower. So maybe we'll put one outside this year.
When's the landscape depot coming?
The
landscape daddy supply.
The daddy depot?
The daddy depot.
I don't know. I've thought about it for years, right? We've got good access on a fairly popular road, but then you have to have someone there all the time and you're catering to homeowners, which I don't like. And he turned on my new driveway or something like that. And it's
I got some stories about that.
Yeah, exactly right. But see, we could do bins too for homeowners and this whole shebang. Is there money? I don't know. I feel like it takes a lot of.
Is there money in bins?
No, well,
I'm glad that you did questioning my business model.
No. I mean, is there money in bins for homeowners with gravel and like that sort of package thing? Like there is where you're from, but where I'm from, is there? Maybe it's phenomenal and nobody does it, and other landscapers have asked me for bins and stuff like that, but we're just stretched so thin as it is. I don't know if we can pull that off.
Well, you have to hire new people.
Yeah, we need an injection of manpower. And so the only guy that I have that can drive the bin truck is Shane, and he's our shovel operator. And me and Scott, but Scott's our brick guy, and I don't think I make $1 driving truck. The only other guy we have is 65 years old, and he's never ran a hook lift before. Not that any of us have before we bought this thing, but just guaranteed. He's the guy who flipped the shovel. So you can just imagine what he'd do. He'd probably lift a bin with the locks on and bend it like I did, or
yes.
It's
Well, I feel like if you were going to get into the bin game, you would probably need to hire a bin truck driver specific to that task. Like you don't have any dedicated drivers in your business.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we have staff members and that's all they do is drive trucks.
Where does one find a good truck driver?
Well, I advertise on the How to Hardscape website. They have a new job board and I have an ad on there. So, and we also advertise on Indeed.
Okay.
And then we get a lot of people from Nairobi that apply. It's true. They do. And one guy applied last year and he had listed on experience evading capture from Border Patrol or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right on. So he's a fast driver.
So he can get away from the MTO.
He's a problem solver. Doesn't let the Border Patrol drag down his deliveries. Like,
have you checked to see if his license is transferable?
It's impossible to get on our insurance, so
it's
literally impossible. So I don't think evaded Border Patrol in Nairobi is something that the insurance would be like, fuck yeah, put that guy on.
Your insurance company's going to call you when this episode airs. Hey, did you hire somebody from Nairobi?
We were doing a deep dive on your social media and podcast.
We've noticed you haven't posted for a month. Is that because of us?
Yeah, we've noticed that you haven't. So,
are you trying to hide something from us?
If you now have two trucks.
Correct.
A tandem truck, dedicated dump truck, and a hook lift truck.
Yeah.
Don't you think having two trucks justifies having at least one dedicated driver to drive one of those two trucks every day?
But what are they going to do when they're not driving truck? Because as far as I know, truck drivers don't like to do anything but drive truck.
Yeah, but so when we bought our first dump truck at Ridge Lake, there was this big, like, what's the driver going to do?
Yeah.
Well, what that did do was eliminate all the driving tasks that all the other people were doing. Floating equipment, going on mulch runs, and the truck just ran every day, all day. And we were a commercial company, maybe subtly bigger than yours, but not way bigger. And you start to find all kinds of tasks that you're doing already, but you're taking someone off site to do it. And then all of a sudden those people are on site all the time, because now instead of someone being, shit, we forgot to bring diesel this morning, the driver, I'm just using it as an example, there was no jugs of diesel in the truck. Anyways, but all those tasks that these people leave site to go do, the same thing is, if you have a dedicated driver with your tandem, there's an argument that every time you buy soil or gravel or whatever, it's better to send your own driver and pay for your own truck than get a delivery, even though the tandem might bring a little bit less than a triaxle.
Yeah.
Because you're paying you're paying your truck, right?
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. Like, I never really thought about that. I just thought, if we don't need shit delivered, then what's this guy going to do? What's this girl going to do? Like, they're shine the truck. You can only shine the truck so much. But no, that makes sense. Maybe I should look at finding a driver. I thought if we had a triaxle, then we could send the triaxle to work for someone else daily, every day, out. But I didn't think that we could do that hiring a person to run our tandem, because you can't hire a tandem out the same way you can hire a triaxle out. It's just,
well, you have to be more creative.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a tandem to hire out, I would be hitting up landscape supply yards in the spring, because the thing about a tandem is a lot of, being that we do deliveries for landscape supply yard, a lot of the deliveries our triaxles do in the spring are like 7 yards, 8 yards, 6 yards. Like, but they're too big for a 1 ton
1 ton
truck or
truck. Yeah.
whatever, but they're big enough that you need. And so where a landscape supply yard likes tandems is because tandems have a lower hourly rate than a triaxle, but most of the deliveries aren't triaxle level. The most of the deliveries are say you need to deliver 12 yards of mulch, where you can get it in the tandem.
Yeah.
You don't need to pay a triaxle rate for the delivery. So that, like, if I was trying to get it, oh, trucking guru, if I was trying to
This is exactly what I need.
find work for a tandem, that's what I would
Yeah.
be. Or, I mean, there's probably lots of other local, like we do a lot of local deliveries to local landscape contractors that are 12 ton, 10 ton, 5 ton. Like we do a lot of those kind of deliveries because those contractors have direct access to us and they're not calling dispatch. And, the landscape supply yards around here, their dispatches are overwhelmed in the spring and
Yeah.
can't possibly, like, and if someone wants an exact time, like they contact me or Cody or Christy or Darian or like Naz or Tony, like they can almost say like they'll be there at noon or they'll be there at 2. So, I mean, for a tandem, there's probably tons of tons of stuff you can do with it because really you have 2, because the bin truck could do those deliveries too.
Yeah, that's true.
You just have to find the right market. It's not you can't send it to a job site to move fill.
No,
no one's going to hire it, but there is lots of things you can do with it. We did a job where we needed like 350 loads of gravel. And this isn't a Paver King thing. This is like a few years back. This is when Christy worked with me at the other place. And so we did the math on it, and it was still advantageous to pay our own truck to bring the gravel. We found a pit that was close, or a pickup location that was close, and she could make 6 trips a day from that location. And it was still advantageous because we were paying for our own truck as opposed to paying for someone else's. So.
Yeah, and I've always loved that concept of keeping your money in house. Like if we can do it ourselves, why pay someone else to do it?
Well, if you have the truck, but you will never do any of those things until you have a driver to drive the truck.
Until you have a driver. Like our old retired guy, he can run the tandem, just running topsoil. So, I've made a plan that we're going to strip our whole property, our acreage of all the topsoil, and screen it ourselves and use it on our jobs. So we should have enough topsoil to run all of our jobs for the next few years if they're local. So maybe we can make a buck that way. I'm just trying to find better ways to make money or other ways to make money, because this whole hourly landscape thing or by the job, I need some more oomph in the pocketbook.
Well, the next step after getting a driver would be to start that landscape depot, because then you can do jobs and purchase the material off yourself. And
like I would never be a brickyard, right? Like I would be a
aggregate
guy, Riverstone, all that stuff that you make us. The markup on that stuff for homeowners is ridiculous. Like
you break it down by the bag too.
We can have a kid filling bags there.
Well, take a yard of material and break it down into single bags on a skid and sell it for $8 a bag and find out how much you really made off that yard.
Yeah, that's insane. We have a guy who does that in town, and I mean, all the power to him. It's a great business model for him, and he's got a couple triaxles and stuff like that. He's got the only slice of the pie, actually, just about. So,
what you need to do is fill it your yard and then put it through the screener and sell it back to people as topsoil, like clean fill, right? Because then you're supplying the clean fill you're charging people to dump at your yard.
Yeah.
You're screening it, and then you're selling them back the soil that you charge them for to dump. That's the business model right there.
That's the business model. We have an excavation guy in town who digs all his lots, brings the stuff back to his yard, screens it, and sells the soil. And for years, we had all our fill. We were just dumping it in the dump, like beautiful topsoil. Just dump it in the dump and just push it until it was spread out. So time to recoup some money on that, I think.
How big is the acres of your yard?
We have 12 acres. So, but I mean, that is still unmolested topsoil. There's probably eight acres of it.
Wow.
So, which I think is enough, right? Someone was telling me 14,000 yards could come off that potentially.
I have no idea.
Me either, but that's the
outside of
math
my,
that they gave me.
like most
Which,
things, that's outside of my expertise.
yeah, yeah. So, who knows?
Then you need to have someone in the yard anyway screening soil.
Yeah.
You could get one of those things in the phones that takes payment, but we won't refer to the name.
Yeah. You get the 65-year-old guy doing that, trying to take payment on his phone in between screening soil.
He'll be sending people money.
Yeah.
Refund.
I don't know how we spent $3,000 today.
I accidentally transferred all my money to all the money.
He came back to, like, he's got a company credit card, right? And he came back to the yard one time. I said, Bernie, go get a 3-inch shutoff valve. And he came back, and this thing weighed, in order to lie, 60 pounds. He spent $350 on this shutoff valve, like a ball valve. I'm like, Bernie, that's way too, like, why didn't you get the $50 one or something? He's like, oh, this is the first one I saw. Like, I can just imagine when this guy goes to do groceries or something. Like, his wife must be fucking livid every time he comes home with something because he doesn't look around. He'll just grab the first thing. So anyway, it's the $350 ball valve is still sitting on the floor of the shop because they went and bought a cheaper one and forgot to return the original one, and then we lost a receipt for the original one. So
now you still own the ball valve.
Now we still own the precious metal ball valve. Like, it's, and this is a weekly occurrence, right? Like, if this isn't the first time we've spent more money that we need to doing something. It happens all the time.
Speaking of spending more money than you need to, I just want to say that the Chinese excavators arrived at our yard today, picked up by Drake, and I'm very impressed with the quality of these excavators.
Really?
I am. Yeah, both of us, Drake and I, were looking at them. We both think they were a good purchase. I think once you get a hold of these little motherfuckers, you're going to keep one.
You think so?
Well, if you were to sell one and make money on it, the one you keep actually becomes less expensive.
Yeah, it's true. You're right there. Yeah.
Well, that was Drake's idea. So I don't want to, he said that to me. So I don't want to pretend that because he's like, we were just talking about the truck. He's like, Chad should sell one. And then if he made $4,000 on it, the other one would only cost him $3,000. And I was like, oh, that's true. That's really smart. And then I was like, maybe that's why Chad bought 2 of them. And I'm like, I don't think that's why he did.
Well,
should have bought 3.
In a roundabout way, I sort of did. I just thought, if I have to get one home, what's the difference between getting one home and getting 2 home? Like, it's either way, I have to take the float or the dump truck or whatever and put them in there.
There's no difference between getting one home and getting 2 home.
Exactly. Actually, the freight rates that I got for estimates on these things to get them home, one guy wanted to charge me 4,100 American dollars to get them from Ritchie to Cornwall.
And 4,100 American?
Yeah.
I'll do it for 3,000 American. They're already in my yard, so I'll give you a deep discount.
A deep discount because you love people.
I love you.
You care about people.
I care about people, and I'm giving a deep discount on getting Chinese excavators to Cornwall. What I should do is, if we were to put the Chinese excavators on my 30-ton float that's 35 feet long, we could also fill a bunch of other stuff. So I should start running. That is economy of scale. What else do people need to get to Cornwall that will fit on that trailer with the excavators? That way I can give you the deep discount to 3,000 American and probably still make up the other 1,000 American on bringing someone's couch on the float.
Someone's couch. That's a big, heavy couch.
I like that one of the excavators is still wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
Like, And it's on a skid, like still strapped to a
Still
skid.
strapped to the skid. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm excited to get them home. It should I don't know if I'm gonna keep one. But then some guy online said that he kept his and he's happy that he has it. He said it goes everywhere with him, just about. And it's small enough you could put it with the mini on a float and takes both machines out.
Yeah.
Like it's if I can
I
only learn that control pattern.
that's would be a like I would have a mechanic like if I was keeping it
Yeah.
and it was ours. We have we have people that use both, but if it
Yeah.
was for me personally, I would have them because back in the day, I doubt you guys have ever done this because probably since you guys started, you pushed a switch and it switched controls. You used to have to take all the lines off and reverse
Yeah.
them around, all these hydraulic lines
Yeah.
and shit. So maybe you can do that to it.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. Is
Yeah,
it something I can do? Absolutely not, but somebody can.
somebody could do it.
Somebody can do it.
It has like a leather floor on one of them.
A leather floor.
It's probably not. It's weird. It's like this diamond pattern
Leather.
foot mat. You know how you like people open up their Mercedes and they got those mats that wrap the whole Mercedes and they're all diamond and they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's what it looks like on the floor of
Wow.
where the floor and one of them has two armrests. The one with the leather has two armrests and the other one doesn't have armrests. So I think there must have been a slightly different package.
Hmm.
Like the
I'm gonna
luxury
update the ad.
package.
I'm gonna say deluxe interior on one of them.
Ooh.
Yeah. Get the one with the deluxe interior at no extra charge.
No extra charge because I like people.
Yeah.
Did you have anyone reach out to buy one?
Actually, a couple guys. One guy's like, "What's your best price?" I'm like, "Fuck, here we go." I don't play that game, but it's linked to
Especially
my.
when you basically told everyone you paid 7 grand for them.
Well, so what? Like
Wow, I still, yeah.
that's commerce.
Well, he should have bought them from the auction.
I wouldn't be the first person in life to buy something from China and sell it at a markup. That's for sure. Like I'm not doing anything wrong here.
No,
It's
what was the buyer premium at the auction? Just
10%. So
10%.
yeah. Do you want to go through the paperwork right now? I'll pull it up for you. So this is for all our listeners.
I'm very interested in this because I've never bought something from the auction.
And this is the first time I bought something. Must have filed it already.
But considering I was considering buying a truck for $250,000, 10% is a lot.
No, it cuts down after I think 12 grand or something like that. It says it before you bid. You got to sign that thing.
Yeah.
It'll tell you it cuts it down by quite a bit, like the buyer's premium or whatever. What do we pay for these things? One we paid 8,200 after buyer premium. The other we paid 79.75. So yeah. So we'll see if we can't make a buck.
I think those things are definitely like they're made out of thick steel. They're good looking little machines.
Good. Well, that's good too.
It makes me like we were standing looking at them. Now I know they have gas motors, which I get is less expensive than a diesel motor.
Mm-hmm.
But we were standing looking at them and I was like, if these things were like 7 grand, 8 grand, how much money are these fuckers making off an E20?
Yeah.
Our E20s are like $42,000 now.
Wow. Yeah, like E20 is a little bigger, right?
It is a bit bigger.
So like this is like a KX008 or something.
Yeah, KX17 or whatever.
Yeah. No, even smaller than that.
Mm.
Like they have a micro digger that's 2,500 pounds.
Yes.
And these are 2,600 pounds or whatever. But even those are like, so I saw one online today, a used one, 1,500 hours. The guy was selling it for $22,000. Like a used one of 1,500 hours. I mean, maybe he'll never get that. I've never talked to the dealer about what they're worth, but for a disposable excavator, you could almost buy a new one every year for 4 years.
Yes.
If you needed to.
And flip the other one.
Yeah.
And flip the other one. Yeah. for a couple grand. So
like if they were 10 grand and you used it for a year and then flipped it for $6,000,
yeah.
like you could, and then reinvested that $6,000 in the new one. It's really costing you $4,000 to have a brand new machine for a whole year, which, you would hope that being brand new, it's reliable.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Either I'll tell you all about it because we kept one, or someone will tell me all about how they bought a piece of shit excavator from me and now they want their money back or something. Like I don't know. But
What kind of warranty are you running at the used equipment yard you're developing?
it's not a used equipment yard, they're brand new.
Well, they've had more than one owner, so doesn't that qualify as used?
Who's the other owner?
Well, you had to buy them. Someone put them in the auction.
Yeah, as a brand new unit though.
But someone put it in the auction.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess. I don't know.
Right. Well,
so it's
the Chinese government shipped them over here and put them at Ritchie Brothers.
I thought they came across on a balloon. They just shot the balloon down and down they came right into the auction yard.
Yeah. That's Joe Biden shot them down. That's why there wasn't enough excavators at the auction. They were short.
That's why they were so cheap. There was no duty.
No duty on them.
No duty on the Chinese excavator.
I feel like you don't have to accomplish much with this thing in today's day and age to justify the cost of it.
Yeah, that's
because if you were doing a job where it was the only excavator you want, because you don't have a small excavator, right?
We got a 2.5 ton.
Okay, so that's still a fair size excavator if you're talking limited space access.
Yeah,
like Mike and I both work at limited space access a lot. You don't do it as much because you're from Cornwall, where everyone leads a luxurious lifestyle on their acreage.
We just have gates that are a little wider. Okay.
Luxury in Cornwall.
Luxury in Cornwall. Yeah.
Get the gates are so. For Mike or myself, if you had that excavator on a job and it fit through the gate and you could dig and you saved 4 days of hand digging with 3 guys, you probably paid for the better part of the excavator on that one job.
Absolutely.
So I don't think you have to do that many jobs to pay for it.
No, you're right. Do you guys remember Brock, who we had on our coaching call? I think it was Brock who said he was interested in one of these things.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then I told him the price. He's like, yeah, I'll look into it, all this stuff. But I think I also said maybe it wasn't a good idea for a commercial contractor because I didn't know how much of a beating these things could take. So I might have scared him away from buying one. But
well, he said he does a lot of work on slopes going down to a waterfront.
Yeah. But he also says he owns no equipment, right?
Oh, yeah.
So as an entry-level piece, maybe this is great. But, I mean, I also didn't want to sell him something that I knew wasn't going to be sufficient for him, right? It's a little different.
I think that someone who works in like a big, like a city that's constantly in, that would be a great machine for them.
Ottawa.
I'll deliver to Ottawa.
Well, if they were in Toronto, basically, because I don't think about any cities other than Toronto. So if they were in Toronto, like that's where you would want to use these excavators in Toronto, like because other cities don't really exist in my mind. Nor do airports other than Pearson, or like.
I'll tell you, the last airport that we flew into, it took us 2 hours to get our luggage off the plane. So I might not consider Montreal anymore either. But
here's an interesting topic, and I'm interested to hear your guys' take because I feel like I could take a bit of a beating for it. And there's going to be some people in a camp where they're like, "Yeah, that guy is fucking one way," and then there's going to be people in another camp that are like, "Oh, that guy's like." I think it's going to be a divided topic.